Number 3, we've got Flintstones vitamins. One of the reasons Gen X is so youthful today. 30 at age 13, at 50 we're still age 30. Number 2 has 2 parts. Something this generation nowadays would have no clue what they taste like. First one is dirt. Second one is soap. Now before we get to number 1, I've got a bonus. I literally don't know how to introduce this, so I'll just show you. The ever-ready 9-volt battery. I'll just leave this here for a second. And the number 1 thing that only Gen X knows the taste of course it had to be hose water. Slightly metallic, slightly rubber flavored. We drank this every single day. So how many of those do you remember? Did I leave anything important off the list?
Well, that's like, but like I said, me personally, I don't care. I mean, I've made AI videos before, and maybe it's a bit hypocritical, but obviously I don't have an issue with AI art in general. I don't think it's some weird boogeyman, but I do think it's becoming a tool for like the not-nilk, or rather the authorities, to begin to come in with the boots, right? To come in with their boots. What's the phrase? To start knocking down doors, and like the big old pedophile scare lately. Billy had leaked a video, not a video, but yeah, it was a video. It's a news report where the Christian school teacher, was it in Florida? Yeah, it was in Florida. The Christian schools teacher was basically making AI generated images of his students, like his 6th grade students, in pornographic in nature, and there's a gray area now, right, of what's allowed and what shouldn't be allowed and all that. And so it's slowly, this plan is slowly coming into fruition, where they're using AI as a proxy, or as a method, or a tool rather, to start invading your space more and more. As if to say, I'm not sure how to put it, but I did a video about a year ago, maybe a year and a half ago, where I talked about this subject, and I'm kind of fuzzy on the details, even though I just watched it a few days ago. But they're setting up a system for like real ID and all that. Like, you gotta have the little star on your ID now, whatever the fuck that means, right? So stupid. Like, supposedly they're not gonna let you into a government building unless your ID has a little star on it. So dumb. But like, it's gonna get to the point where you don't even have access to your own Wi-Fi network. Give this about 10 years, okay? 10, 20 years, 10, 15, 20 years, maybe sooner. It's gonna happen. Look, this is gonna happen before the baby boomer generation dies, because they need the boomers. They need the scared boomers. They need the scared Gen Xers to kind of push this into the forefront, because they're going to scare them about AI. Oh, our children are being whatever, thanks to this AI thing, and they're going to scare everybody with it. They're going to start locking it down, and then that's going to be the pre-excuse to start implementing this real ID system, where you can't even.
All right, so it's kind of crazy, just to get into this again, where I actually did sort of predict this, the real ID system, and I actually said it in this video. This is way before the shit started really going down with the censorship and the banks, PayPal causing their shenanigans with Steam and all the censorship, and this thing about YouTube wanting to verify age verification and all that, all under the pre-excuse of think of the children, right? And I actually said it here, where it said they're doing X, Y, and Z to our children. Only I had kind of like predicted it in a sense where it would be, the AI would be the catalyst for this think of the children narrative, right? But I was wrong in a way where it's like the think of the children narrative was the cause, if you know what I'm saying. Like, it's fucking wild. wild to me that I actually did predict this back in July, back in the beginning of July. And who knows if I actually like caused it, right? I caused some weird fractal just saying these things, just talking about these things out in the open, where all these stupid fucks, you know, these stupid fucks from Australia, I already forgot their name, but the stupid little conservative Christian group, I think they're conservative Christian, they may as well be. So they pretty much act like it anyway, who are all like, you know, think of the children, think of the fictional children, and think of the fictional women, and all these dumb fucks, all these stupid fucks go along with it because they're just fucking dunces, you know? Hey, it's 404. Shout out to Kirk. We're talking about the 404 fractal. Holy shit, man, this 404 thing's getting ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Anyway, it's 404. Nice. Oh shit, I got derailed by that. What was I talking about? Oh, the fictional children, right? I talked about that video game, Detroit Become Human, where they're all up in arms, right? This stupid little group's all up in arms about the fictional child in Detroit Become Human gets slapped around by the mean old white man, right? The mean old father slash whatever, caregiver slash husband, whatever the fuck he's supposed to be. And turns out she's not even a real child. She's an android. So it's like these dumb fucks, you know, they cling to anything they can. They'll go after, you know, people like this. Maybe not this particular group, but people like this will go after Hooters, places like Hooters. They'll go after NASCAR, you know, the NASCAR girls that don't exist anymore. Comic-Con girls, the cosplayers, the people that they actually hire, who are basically receiving incomes to be at these conventions, right? To be at a Comic-Con or to be whatever, any kind of nerd convention where there's a lot of men. They're being paid to be there. These NASCAR girls, I forgot, I didn't save the image, but there's a big old image of floating around were these quotes from former NASCAR girls that are really upset over these stupid conservative feminists who are taking away their jobs, right? They're displacing actual women in order to fulfill their dumb agenda, to make it seem like their life isn't fucking worthless, you know, because they got nothing else better to do but to bitch on the internet about how women are being oppressed and all that, even though they're taking jobs away from actual women. But they don't see it that way, right? Because in their little fucked up minds, they're making a purpose in their fucking pathetic life. That's literally all it's about. But anyway, to get back into it, I don't know, like I said, I don't know if I caused it or if I just predicted it and I gave a little hint in there about it's going to be about the children in some way. Turns out I was right. Kind of right in a wrong way, or wrong in a right way, if that makes sense. I don't know, it's fucking weird, man. Yeah, that pretty much covers that. Probably going to be like just a short little video talking about that real quick, going over my previous recording. Like I said, this is back at the beginning of July. Like, I want to say, like, right before the bank shenanigans happened with PayPal and with Valve, you know, Valve's platform Steam started banning, or rather started removing adult games from their library because they were being pressured by these banks, supposedly, right? If you believe the stupid fucking narrative, which I kind of don't. But around the same time, it was this stupid little fucking group in Australia started really pushing hard, pressuring these banks to basically delist any and all corporations that don't follow their little arbitrary rules about what's acceptable and what's not acceptable. And I've brought up this idea before, where it's like, where do you draw the line? Violence against women. I mean, you're cutting out a good 90% chunk of video games out there, 90% chunk of movies out there, for that matter. What about all the fucking stupid romantic Hallmark movies, right? All these stupid Hallmark movies that these stupid little boomer women watch, where it's like the men are the so-called evil ones, and the cheating husbands and the abusers, and oh my god, they're such horrible people. And it's like, what's gonna happen to those movies? Like, are we gonna draw the line there? Like, it's just video games? Like, really? Like, that's fucking 90% of media is women being mistreated in some way in order to sell a culture shift to these dumb fuck women you know, the majority of these fucking women. There's a lot of women out there that don't fall for it, okay? And I understand that, but I'm saying, like, let's just be real. And this goes for men too, because they believe this fucking nonsense as well, where it's like women are just always the victim, they're always the ones being abused, and women can do no wrong, mothers can do no wrong. And that's the narrative that's out there. That's the culture shift that's been going on probably since the fucking 1950s, man. Because you can watch a Flintstone commercial. I was gonna say Flintstone vitamins commercial. I watched a TikTok about some Gen Xer. Oh my god, dude, Gen X is something else. I don't mean to pick on Gen Xers so much, but holy fuck. I'm just gonna get into this real quick, but it's like the Gen X, Jesus Christ, the Gen X guy made a video about the candies or something like that, the things you can't buy anymore or whatever, and Flintstones vitamins was one of them, like a laundry list of shit that only Gen Xers experience. Like, dude, where I work in a pharmacy, okay, I can go to the shelf right now and buy a bottle of Flintstone vitamins, and they're gonna taste exactly the same that they did 30 fucking years ago. That chalky, you know, fucking chalky fruity flavor, whatever the hell these people think is so great. I don't know. I don't understand the point of this shit, because it's like they brag about this weird shit, like sucking out of a hose. Like, really? Like, what? What do you mean sucking out of a hose? Like, my daughter sucked out of a hose before. She's 13. Like, when she was 8 or 9, she used to drink out of the hose too. It's like, it's not limited. Like, these fucking little nuances that the Gen Xers went through isn't limited to just their generation. Like, I don't understand this fucking weird, mouthy bunch of fucking weirdos, man. They're just mouthy all of a sudden. Just like I said before, just the invisible middle child syndrome, where all of a sudden they got a set of balls, right? They spent their whole lives being under their mommy skirts. You know, as long as I said it before, it's like, as long as I stay quiet, maybe mommy won't yell at me, kind of deal. And now that they're adults, they're the big bad, you know, oh, we're in our 50s, and back then we were watching the Goonies, and we were having adventures, and we were finding pirate ships, or whatever the fuck. And like, all of a sudden, like, they're trying to be all big nuts. They're trying to be all big nuts in front of the not the millennials, but the Gen Zers and the alphas. It's so fucking stupid, man. Y'all Gen Xers out there, Matt McKinley, I know Matt's Gen Xer. I'm not picking on individuals, you know. I get along with individuals, right? But it's like, as a collective, every single generation is just fucked, man. Boomers, like, I know boomers, I'm friends with boomers, I can have a conversation and be nice to boomers, and they're, as individuals, they're great, but as a collective, they act like fucking aliens, man. That goes for pretty much every generation. Millennials, I mean, the nostalgia junkies, and the fucking you know, the millennials are the big consumers of nostalgia, a bunch of dumb fucks. And they know we can't really, you know, judge the Gen Zers and alphas too much, so it's whatever. Anyway, that's it, guys. Y'all have a nice day.